Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Where is everyone? So we became curious because the word again.
Yeah, I was just thinking that a prophet who is caring for an ant, how could be like it's not horse's fault that he loves them, and uh, and why would he slash the horses? Like I'm still thinking.
Yeah, because remember, people, those who love Allah that much,
Uh,
if there is something that caused them forget Allah even for a while, they become, like angry to themselves. So they
did
get rid the things.
okay, okay. So did
Mm,
Ustad tell the same story? Like,
yes. Mhm.
oh really? Okay, and I think
Yeah,
I
but
have missed it.
uh, I
Uh,
not don't really remember, but yeah, Ustad told us about this uh, tafsir too that Sister Shahir uh,
oh, okay.
shared with us. Yeah, where is Sister
I
Shahir?
don't
She
remember.
should be. Yes, me too. I came to hear story.
Yeah, where are you, Sister? And after this, inshallah, I will try to find again which day so you can
Yes,
uh,
yes, because I
listen again.
have definitely
Yes.
missed it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
She's not here. We want
Mm.
to listen to her. So yeah, let's wait a little bit longer. Uh, yeah, this is easy to understand, yeah. And I add the immediately because af'ala shuru' has urgency sense, nuance.
Mm.
Is that okay? Just
Yes,
for
Yes.
our understanding.
yes, yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. What else we should add here?
We have a typo immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why? No, this is
Double M
correct.
and then E. E,
Which
not
one?
I. After M.
Means to start a special set. Okay. One, only one, yeah. Only one. This is not coming. Only one fi'il shuru' that is used in the Quran. Uh, it has unique implication that the other do not have. Shuru' do not have. This word is particular can not speed and urgency.
I think you mean connotes.
Could not. What you
No,
mean?
connotes. It's
Oh,
CONN.
yeah. Like this?
Yes.
Mm.
Ah, in particular, connotes speed and urgency. Uh, and translated as translated as to immediately, to start immediately or suddenly. Again and again.
So I have found one thing
Uh-huh.
that because it is from some interpretation, so it
Yeah.
says that it clearly does not befit a prophet of Allah to viciously slaughter horses because of his own supposed mistake. If it were the prophet who was distracted, why should the horses suffer?
Oh,
So the
that's
thing I
true.
was saying, yeah. So like these are
Yes, why
from
hurt the
narration.
horses?
Yeah, yeah. And if the ayah does not reflect that, I mean, if we see the meaning of the ayah, it does not, I don't know. But here I have found on Google. I just search on the Google and this is what I was thinking. Because as Sister Sabiha was saying, it is true that Jewish sources, they have manipulated the stories of the prophet and they have added something. So it maybe, I'm not sure.
Yes,
Okay.
and the Prophet Sulaiman can talk to animals,
Yeah,
right? It will be very hard for
yes,
him to just kill the
yes.
horses.
Okay, can you explain again in Indonesia briefly, please? I didn't
Ah,
get it.
jadi gini, eh, ada kemungkinan itu kan dimanipulasi sama Yahudi ya, sama Jewish. Kalau misalnya yang bersalah itu Nabi Sulaiman karena dia sampai melupakan Allah, kenapa kuda-kuda itu yang harus disalahkan? Kenapa harus mereka yang dibunuh kuda-kudanya itu?
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Terima kasih. And Sister Seher is here. So you wanna see other translation? But it's either to rub down or to stroke, striking, passing his hands over. Oh, this is too small. Yeah? Oh, this wasn't. Passing his hands over again. This one. To striking or slashing.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Only one.
Oh, so-
Waalaikumsalam. Only one here, yeah. Stroke
Word
again.
masham is used. Masha means, I mean, I don't know if it means slashing. It just means stroking, or when we do
Yes,
masa.
yes.
Masa is
It's like we do masa when we do wudu.
mhm.
Oh.
Okay. If you become that. Huh? Sorry, I closed the wrong tab. Sister Seher, do you have like, continuation of your story or whatever do you can share with us?
To find out more about this story, and it's actually giving 1, 2, 3 interpretations actually. So the first is the interpretation that I read, the first one, and the second one, it says, one section of the commentators have differed a little from the above translation. They say that the pronoun in both hatta tawatar bil hijab and rudduha alayya turns only to sun. This is when the Asr prayer was lost and the sun went down behind the veil of the west. The Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam said to the workers of destiny, turn the sun back so that the Asr time comes back for me to offer Asr. So this is,
Oh,
you know, but then they go on saying that the third section of the commentators interpret these verses as any unbiased person would interpret them from these words. According to this commentary, what actually happened was when a squadron of fine, well-bred horses was presented before the Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam, he said, I love this wealth not for the sake of personal glory or desire, but for the cause of raising the word of my Lord. Then he ordered the horses run a race, and they disappeared from the sight. Then he ordered that they be brought back, and when they were brought back, according to Ibn Abbas, he started passing his hands on their neck and shank with love. This same commentary is correct in my opinion because it corresponds to the words of Allah. And besides, one should note that Allah has narrated this event immediately after using epithets like Nim al-Badal, an excellent servant who turned to his Lord over and over again. So yeah, there are like 3 different narrations.
Yeah.
This one also looks okay, I think.
Okay. So imagine after all we have learned, and then we continue to study more and more, and then we start read by ourselves this ayah, and then we have see something that maybe new from this. You know what I mean? Maybe we can find something.
Okay.
But actually, I think one of the sisters was saying about the masaya. So I think that makes sense. Because masa is actually what we do during wudu, right? Just passing our hands.
Mashan.
Yes, and the third interpretation, it is more close to the translation of desire.
Mm-hmm.
I have this, and there are different opinions, but the opinion that his Asr prayer was missed, he's saying in the first place he has to assume that the Prophet's Asr prayer was lost in the operation or some special devotion that he used to perform at that time, whereas the words of the Quran are only to the effect, I so preferred this wealth that I became heedless of the remembrance of my Lord. In these, there is no ground for taking any word for the Asr prayer or the special devotions. Secondly, he also assumes that the sun set whereas there is no mention of the sun whatever. On the contrary, when one reads the words Hatta Tawar Rabil Hijab, when they disappear from sight, one's mind automatically turns to Safinatul Jihad, well-bred horses, which have been mentioned in the preceding verses. Thirdly, he also has to assume that the Prophet Solomon did not simply stroke the strings and necks of the horses with the hand, but stroked them with the sword, whereas the Quran does not contain the words Masham bisaf, or any other pointer from which stroking may be taken to mean stroking with the sword. We have a fundamental difference with this kind of the commentary. In our opinion, only in 4 cases it would be right to interpret the words of the Quran other than their normally accepted meaning. Either there should be a pointer to it in the words of the Quran itself, or there should be an allusion to it at some other place in the Quran, or an explanation of should be afforded by some authentic hadith, or it should have some other reliable source. For example, if it pertains to history, there should be an historical evidence to support it. If it pertains to the manifestations of the universe, There should be authentic scientific knowledge to substantiate it. And if it pertains to the Sharia values, the sources of Islamic law should explain it. In the absence of any of these, we do not think it is right to invent a story on the basis of one's own imagination and adapt the words of the Quran. So we can decide whatever it is.
Mm, uh, Yeah, thank you for sharing all of us. All of us, uh, how do I comment about all of this? Everything possible, because everyone look at the Quran from different point of view, and so this is more about tafsir things, yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm glad that we uh, know from a few tafsirs from a few different uh, opinions. So yeah, that and rise our knowledge, good things.
So in this ayah, basically, tafiqa just means started, right? Started doing something.
It should be have, yeah, suddenly or immediately, yeah, because in the Quran, it particular connotes speed and urgency. So it's not only just began, it just began immediately or suddenly, something. But the easier to understand, for example, is this one.
Yes.
Yeah, much easier to imagine, right? Okay, that's very good. This is in the Quran, only tafiqa yatfaqu. Outside the Quran, we have ja'ala and akhadha. Here, that can be translated as to start. But it doesn't carry the meaning of immediately or suddenly. It's just simple to start something. That's
But
the difference.
Jala and Akhaza is also in Quran, right?
Yeah, but in the Quran, they do not act as a fi'il. They do not act as fi'il shuru', only ordinary fi'il. Don't translate in the Quran, ja'ala is not translated as to start. Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe because they don't come with another fail. Is that what it is?
No, just simply they don't use it as a ash-shuru' in the Quran. That's simply like that. Because maybe I cannot give you example. I don't know much about the Quran, because maybe we can find ja'ala or akhadha comes with another fi'il. but that doesn't make these two fi'il shuru' in the Quran. It's only shuru' as shuru' in outside the Quran. Okay. So it is possible for an outside fi'il to interrupt, but it has to be between two fi'il.
In in Surah Nu, there is a Jala. In ayah 16, Jala al-qamara fihinna nuran wa ja'ala shamsa siraja. Can you use this?
Surat Nu.
Surah Nu.
Let me try.
It's in the 29th juz.
Oh, yeah, that's
Surah number is 71.
I'm sorry, I mute you, Sister Nur, because there is heart pounding sound. You said 90 what?
It's
Sorry,
71. 71.
71. Ayat
Ayah number 6. Sorry. Oh, ayah number is 16.
this one.
Yes.
Oh, you wanna show us Ja'ala? What do you wanna? Okay, what about this ayah again?
But Ja'ala is used in this ayah I'm saying.
Yeah, but okay. So the thing is, af'ala shuru' will come. Af'ala shuru' fi'il, right? So it is fi'il. Two fi'ils come together. That's af'ala shuru'.
Okay.
So two fi'il comes together. Okay. One is shuru', which is in the Quran, tafiqa, and then another.
Another fail. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand.
Tafiqa yakhsifani. So this is also fi'il. This is
This also
fi'il. So
fail.
together. And then I said ja'ala ja'ala is, maybe somewhere in the Quran it comes together with another fi'il,
Okay.
but it doesn't make ja'ala shuru'.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to say. And in your example here, this is ism, yeah. So not ja'ala and another fi'il.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, this is translated as made to make. Yeah. If this is another fi'il, ja'ala would
Yeah, father. Okay.
translate it as to make. It would not translate it as to start.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Sister Sarwat. Okay. Does that make sense, Sister Seher?
Yes, thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. And then it is possible for an outside fa'il to interrupt the fi'il shuru' and the ordinary fi'il. But you have to put the fa'il between the two fi'il. So bada'a al-waladu yaktubu. You cannot say bada'a yaktubu al-waladu. That would be wrong. So the fa'il should be between. That's all I think about the af'ala shuru'.
So it is saying it is possible for an outside file to interrupt, but it can also not interrupt, isn't it?
It can also not interrupt. Yeah.
Like it's bada'a al-waladu yaktubu fi daftarihi, but it can also be bada'a yaktubu al-waladu fi daftarihi.
No. You have to put this between. See, you should put it between.
If you do want to show the outside file, okay, you should put it between the two files. Okay.
Yeah, because every time the af'ala shuru' and the other fi'il, they has the same pronoun. This is huwa, this is huwa.
Mhm.
Okay, I should make it bigger. And
If
akhadhu,
we can, if we don't have a house out there, then we can write bada'a yaktubu.
yeah, if there is no outside door, yeah. And then this is whom. This one is also whom.
Mhm.
Yeah. In the example, we have huma, tafiqa, long a, huma, and then yakhsifani, ani,
Mhm.
also
Mhm.
huma. So yeah, it
Both are
also
huma. Mhm.
have the same domir or pronoun. I mean, doer. Yeah, something like that. Anything else you to discuss in this topic?
Yeah, I think thank you is clear now. Mhm.
Alhamdulillah. Sister Nur, Sister Sahar.
Okay.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Only left fi'il what? After this, af'ala naqisah, which is kana, ashaba, and laisa, and more. Yeah. Inshallah, we will discuss about it tonight, the same time with Ustaz class.
Okay.
Inshallah. So, see you soon. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalam warahmatullahi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I can end this.